Hi, so this is our piece of assessment for digital media for sport and health. Me, Marial, Van, and Saswat came up with a chatbot which can help students regarding their assessments. Chatbot is a piece of technology which is just evolving. We think this is such a amazing piece of software that will just keep on evolving. uh, a robot, a software talking like a human, saving human time, saving human effort, is really amazing. And after 10 years, 20 years, whether it's the field of education, business, sales, retail, chatbot is set to take the whole world in storm. So this is a really amazing piece of software to work on, and to work on IBM Watson for 2 months was really amazing. Softwares like Slack and other chatbot softwares like ChatFuel are also getting the rise. So this is something that is really fun to work with. Our audience, our field of chatbot is focused on the field of education. We are trying to help out students. Education is a field where chatbot can be really helpful in our thoughts because students have repetitive questions if we try to deeply analyze, and that's the purpose of chatbots, saving human time and effort for repetitive questions. Questions regarding assessments, or it can be anything regarding the university. Universities are even starting to use it in application processes, or the time when the results are published, or pretty much anything, because students are always in hurry. They have less amount of time, they always want to save time, and chatbot will always help in that. So our chatbot is focused on education. Already see a lot of examples of universities trying to implement chatbots. We tried to research some universities which have been doing similar job, and we found a lot of universities being interested or already being executed with chatbots, and that's amazing to see. And the future of this field, this industry in chatbots looks promising because according to the reports, universities which have tried chatbots in a serious way have turned out to be success. Students seem to love conversations which are natural, which are time friendly, and which are efficient. Students don't have to email professors or take the time of professors. In a lot of cases in the chatbot can help them, and there are just a number of examples that we can give. So this industry looks pretty promising in terms of chatbot. So we can already see some examples. This particular one is from Georgia State University. They have a chatbot called Panther, and this chatbot seems to be a fun chatbot which is giving a good time to students to take out some of their stress. And there's a good result that we can see that 80% of students give this chatbot 4 out of 5, because students are always looking out ways to take out this stress. This is another example that we found out. This is a chatbot named Beacon from University of Staffordshire, and we can already see more than 1,000 students downloading it. So we can clearly see that chatbots are being loved by students. And this chatbot seems to be the one which can answer regular questions if we look at the conversations. And yeah, they've even used analytical tools to find out what are the chatbot's features that being most used. And that's the amazing thing about chatbot. We can look about what's being talked about, we can look what the audience is liking, and there are just numerous things that chatbot can help with. So we can clearly see that University of Canberra is also keen on chatbots. They are currently working on a chatbot which is going to help them for a digital transformation, and it is aimed at personalizing staff and student experiences. So it's good to see that universities in Australia are also into chatbots, and this can clearly show that the whole world of education is keen and interested in chatbots. So let's not waste time and let's talk about our chatbot. The chatbot is called Jarvis G, and Jarvis is someone who can answer questions related to assessments of this semester. First, we tried to cover every subject, all 4 subjects, but we had to narrow it down because of the difficulty of, it was just a lot, and we had to confine it down to digital media for sport and health. You can ask him questions about assessment, anything can be answered. You can answer due dates, you can question about assessment format, marking criteria, results, feedbacks, pretty much everything about this module. And Jarvis will just answer you, being your friend. uh, yeah. So when making this chatbot, we just try to create a few user personas. We can assume one of them to be Michael. Michael is a final year Master of Digital Media student who is stressed about the assessments all the time. And there are a lot of students like Michael. And another one is Lauren, who is a female, who is 28 years old, and who is a working professional who is having a tough time to manage time for assessments. So the aim of our chatbot Jarvis is simple. It's just to make life of digital media students easy so that they don't have to navigate through the whole BU Collaborate website just to get a quick information about the assessments. Assessment is something that is in students' mind all the time. There comes a point when students are like, what's the due date of assessment 2? And they have to do a lot of things. They have to open the website, they have to go through it, and it takes a lot of time. If there was a chatbot which was just answer that question in a flash, that would be amazing. And that is what Jarvis is all about. Jarvis is there to answer all these questions in fun and efficient way. We can clearly say Jarvis is a lifesaver for all of us. So let's actually see what Jarvis does. Let's see Jarvis in action. Jarvis will just start with a normal hi, hello. He will just greet you with what assessment you need help with. He will just try to be a friend. He will just try to be a student. And first, as we said earlier, we tried to cover all 3 subjects, all 4 subjects, but it was nearly impossible for us because we kept on adding the intent, we kept on adding the dialogues, and it was never complete. So we tried to narrow it down to 1 subject because of the time limit that we had. And yeah, IBM Watson was amazing in this regard. So he will just ask you with what assessment you need help with. You can go with assessment 1, 2, or 3. Jarvis has equal response to all those assessments because we had tried to add as much as intents as we could. So it will just start with a normal question. Which assessment do you need help with? You can go assessment 1. So Jarvis will throw the intent of what you can actually ask. It can be due date, format, criteria for grading, examples, or the results. These were the normal questions or concerns that students normally had. We just tried to find those things, just discussing between us. And yeah, you can ask due dates, it will answer immediately. It will just give the hint that it can answer something more as well by just saying anything else you need to know. You can add marking criteria, or you can rephrase the question as what is the marking criteria. Or yes, we have 4 or 5 variations, which we hope that it will cover all your concerns. So you can keep on asking, and in the middle of the way you can just switch the question to assessment 2 or assessment 3, and it will repeat the cycle. It can answer all the related questions about all these assessments. Yep, we created this chatbot in July the 31st, so it's been already something like 2 months, and we managed to add more than 90 intents. It's been 96 intents till now, and the dialogues are more than 500. So it was a crazy journey. We started with all 4 subjects. With all 4 subjects comes 3 assessments each. If we kept on multiplying, it was just going higher and higher, and that was the reason we needed to calm down and come to 1 subject. And working with IBM Watson was always fun. It gave us so many chances to work with the intents, to work with the dialogues, and we can now realize that IBM Watson can make a perfect chatbot if you work with it with passion and energy. So this is the mapping of our chatbot. We sketched this from draw.io, and this is obviously one of the most important steps, because this is the step that gives direction towards where to head, where the conversation needs to head, and where the users need to head when they actually have a conversation with a chatbot. To be honest, we did mapping in the middle of the process, we had to redo the whole mapping in the middle of the process because we didn't take mapping too seriously. And mapping is something which, if you take seriously, this will just make your work easy. Just focus on mapping before actually diving into the chatbot first, and the chatbot will be as intelligent and as human as you want. So these are just the dialogues that we try to enter. Um, it always starts with welcome, then greeting, and the conversation moves along on whether you agree or disagree. It goes to 4 different subjects. It used to, but now it is narrowed down. But still, our IBM Watson has a database of all 4 subjects, so it can answer some of your questions regarding other 3 subjects. But regarding digital media for sport and health, our chatbot is near to perfect right now. Intent is one of the most powerful and one of the most useful things in chatbot. The intelligence of the chatbot is highly dependent on the intent, so we worked really hard on our intent. And yeah, this screen will just show some of the examples of the intent of Jarvis. Training the chatbot. So this was one of the most important steps of making our chatbot intelligent. No matter how much we tried, no matter how much variations we had, no matter what intents we added, our chatbot never really seemed to be talking like a human unless we found out this amazing thing called training. You can train your chatbot. You can there's a drop down menu that you can try with, and if you add intents and if you add dialogues in it, chatbot will just be more intelligent, and this is the step that makes your chatbot actually look and talk like a human. So training the chatbot was one of the most important steps of Jarvis being intelligent. We did numerous testing for this chatbot. I think most of the time of our assessment completion was this step. We almost finished our chatbot like a month ago, or yeah, it was really long ago, and it was the part of testing that made our chatbot more and more human. Um, there were a number of times where we thought, yeah, we're finished, but when we gave some user our chatbot, they always gave us something. They always gave us some feedbacks. They always gave where the chatbot lacked. It never seemed to be human, and there were times when we had to cut out the conversation. We had to redo the conversation, and yeah, if you give users your chatbot to test, they will give variations for you. They will give more intents for you. They will give you hints on how to train your chatbot next. And yeah, we always feel that the more the testing is, the better the results will be. If you keep on testing, that's when the chatbot keeps on increasing. And in our case, testing was the thing that helped us narrow down our 4 subjects to 1 first of all, and then even though we narrowed to 1, it was not really easy. So the variations and the intents, everything was suggested by our testing. Our users kept on suggesting, and then we kept on writing down notes, and that's when we reached to a level that we were okay and happy with Jarvis. So if we had to give some recommendations for the ones who are trying to build chatbot in future, the first recommendation would be plan. We can't stress enough in this recommendation because planning is one of the most important steps of making a chatbot. If you just dive into making conversations, if you just dive into making a chatbot without having a proper plan in your mind, you may end up having a chatbot which is never really going on a certain direction. And this cost us something as well. We started our chatbot without properly sketching our draw.io plan, and it created a lot of mess. Our chatbot was not giving a direction of what to talk. Our chatbot was not really suggesting a user how to start a conversation with, and yeah, that's really important. A chatbot needs to suggest the user what to talk with, because the users are yeah, they can throw with any conversations, and it is nearly impossible for a robot or a chatbot to keep in line with them, keep in track with them. So make plans, suggest the user what to do. Chatbot needs to take the lead, and this is one of the most most important suggestion that we can ever give. And test as much as possible. We mentioned about this earlier as well. Test will always give you some feedbacks, and feedbacks will give you new intents, new dialogues, and it will take your chatbot to a whole new different level if you just keep on testing the chatbot. And another tip that we can give is train your chatbot constantly, because training is something that makes chatbot intelligent. Chatbot will actually understand how to talk and how to go along with the conversation if you train your chatbot properly. And this is one of the most important help that IBM Watson has given to you. So it's proper to utilize this facility, and it will just make your chatbot better and better. So to conclude our video, we would just like to say chatbot is such an amazing piece of software, such an amazing piece of technology that is just evolving, and it was really fun experimenting with IBM Watson, and creating a human itself is a great feeling. And in the field of education, that's where we tried this chatbot. It can do wonders, because students always have questions, they have repetitive questions, and if there's a chatbot that can help them, it's amazing. Yeah, that's all, and we would like to conclude our video. Thank you.